Hey there, my little Cobras. I just came back from a run, so that's why my hair is all wet. I'm actually going to be getting a hair trim from my mom's. Will and I are going over to my mom's this weekend. Today's Sunday, so I'm just going to be doing my face, and yeah, so I'm pretty excited to get a hair trim from my mom. My mom actually used to be a hairdresser before she became a nurse, so she's been cutting my hair for the majority of my life. I'm pretty excited. When I was in China, I used to cut my own hair because in Asia, my hair being curly is not easy for like people who are not used to that hair texture to cut. So I was thinking about cutting my own hair this time around too, but I mean, I just feel like I'm going to my mom's anyway, and she knows my hair very well. She gives me the best haircuts, and I only cut my hair once a year anyway. I cut my hair last year around Christmas time, so it's been a little bit over a year. So I figured, you know what, let's just let my mom cut my hair. She does a really good job. She knows what she's doing. She knows my hair the best, so yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna be doing my makeup. Ever since I learned that I'm a winter, I don't know which type of winter I am exactly. I'm not sure if like I'm a deep winter or if I'm just kind of like a normal winter or like a true winter. So I'm still doing a bit of research on that, but at the very least, I think I agree with the idea that I am cool tone as opposed to warm tone. I feel like because I'm Latina, I feel like I can get away with warm tone, if that makes any sense. And I noticed that sometimes warm tones did suit me sort of ish. You know what's funny? I did mention in a lot of videos that I was like, I know I'm not warm tone, but I still like it, so I still do it. And it's just so funny because I was really influenced by beige. Beige is actually a cool tone, and beige looks really good on me. And a lot of people who wear beige also wear a lot of like the brown warm tones, like that like color family of the browns. So I started wearing a lot more browns, and I was like, this doesn't look good on me. Like, except for beige, brown does not look good on me, but I don't care. I'm still gonna keep rocking it. So it's really nice to see that I'm actually cool tone. And currently where I'm at is I'm gonna try to figure out like the perfect neutrals in a cool tone, and I feel like that's exactly what I want. Anyway, okay, so let's stop talking. So we're gonna go with this Misha. There's very, very little left of this, if any. I think I've mentioned that I don't have anything left of this. I know I said I was gonna declutter it. It was in its decluttering box. I just went and brought it back because I was like, oh, I still have like a little bit left. I'm gonna try to squeeze the little bit left because this is an ash tone. One of the criticisms of Misha's colors is that it's very ash tone, which a lot of people don't like, but me being like almost like a true winter, like a deep winter, I always loved the lightest shade in the most ashy tone, and I just felt like it made my skin pop. It just made my skin glow and radiant. So I was like, okay, we're just gonna go with that. So there's really not much left. We're just gonna squeeze whatever left onto my face, and then I think that will be the end of that. I'm gonna see how I can get another Misha cushion because, as I mentioned before, they don't sell these in North America anymore, so I would probably have to order online, and I'm very risk adverse. I don't like buying things online. I would much rather go to the store and pick it up, but there are no Misha stores in Canada, at least that I know of. If you live in Canada and you know how to get Misha, comment down below. I think like the US probably has better access to these things. Like, I don't even really have access to ColourPop, so comment down below if there's a way that I can get a hold of Misha, because Misha is the most true like gray tone, ash tone makeup that I have ever worn, and it has flattered me the most. That's probably why I'm so crazy about Misha, is because all along ash tone has been very complimentary to my pale skin. That's pretty much all that I really do on my face. My face has gotten pretty clear in recent days because I've gone back to running and like drinking a lot more water, so my skin is pretty healthy, so I don't need as much as I usually do, and there's really not much left anyway. So we're gonna be taking the e.l.f. palette. We're gonna be taking this shade. I really like this shade. It's like the lightest of peaches. It's like literally the color of my skin. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I put that on as kind of like a base. I use like this empty Starbucks cup from the summer. You guys know that they use like the clear cases for the summer for making like the what do you call those, like the summer drinks. And I like the clear aesthetic. I really like that Muji like beige clear aesthetic, so I just kept it and I just use it for my makeup brushes. It's really good to use for makeup brushes because it's an easy to clean container because it's just plastic. Some of the other containers that I've used in the past are really hard to clean. It like kind of gets dirty and smeared with like all the color from the products and kind of gross, but this is really easy to clean. Nothing sticks to it, so I just feel like it was free. I mean, it was complimentary with my drink, and I just upcycled it. I'm also a big Starbucks fan, so I really don't mind the logo, and I especially like that the logo on this one is just white. Like, it's clear, it's really pretty, it's very minimalistic, so that's another thing. I also have the original one that has like the green logo, which kind of distracts from my eyes. I don't really like that. I try to keep everything as neutral as possible, but you can't win in all areas. I've completely set my eyes with that, and we're gonna go for like a cool look. So in this palette, it's called Cream and Sugar. So it's kind of split into two pieces. These two here are like warm, although this is actually kind of, as a lot of people have mentioned, to their surprise, it's a very cool brown, which I agree. I would probably say only this one is kind of like a warm rose. Hi. Like this one here is more like a warm rose tint, and then these two here are more cool. This is actually a very, very silver shade. So I'm going to be putting a little bit of that on my eyelid. And to everyone's surprise, the next color that I'm going to be using is actually this purple. So this is kind of like an ash purple, and it's extremely pigmented, but it's really good if I put a little bit out and I just feather it out. Since it's a cool tone, I feel like it gives me like that little extra pop, that kind of cool pop that I've been struggling with. I think the problem was I was adding way too much before. So we're going to see how that goes. So let's just put a little bit of the silver on our eyelids. There we go. I don't want to put too much because it is extremely pigmented, and I'm trying to kind of go for a more subtle look. I kind of like, from the research that I've heard, winters look better with like the least amount of makeup, which is funny because that's something I started to discover on my own. I was, like I've mentioned in videos, I was like, you know what guys, I think I look a lot better with like less makeup. Pretty happy about that. That's something else. It also saves me a lot of time in the morning having to do less makeup. All right, I'm gonna be taking this purple shade. I've been really liking this technique that I discovered. I posted this on my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram if you guys want to be the first to know like my notifications. I post things on Instagram before it gets to YouTube. By the time it gets to YouTube, it's like 2 weeks old. I just put a little bit of it, and then I like severely blend it out so you can hardly tell it's a purple. And this technique, because apparently one of like the shades or the colors of like a winter is purple and like magenta, which shocked me because I was like, oh my god, I hate purple. I really like the lightest shades of lilac, but like purple, like a true purple, was just like unfathomable. I have never worn like purple like that, so I was like, I was like really hesitant about it. But yeah, turns out that it actually looks okay. I don't know what's the color science behind it or the color analysis behind it, but it really does make my skin look more vibrant in like a healthy way. These color analysis things, like if you believe in this, I know that like a lot of people might say like this is kind of like pseudoscience. Like a lot of people, these color analysis, they help a lot with kind of like, essentially the point is it's supposed to make your skin like a lot more radiant. You're supposed to look like your best. It's like for those days where people are like, oh my gosh, like that looks so good on you, this and that, this and that. That's supposed to be those colors that suit you best. So another thing that I kind of noticed that's really shocking to me, I've just been really experimenting with what my face looks like, trying out new things. I've just been kind of like branching out, questioning life, is that I kind of realized that, I don't know if it's like my face shape or something, I don't look as good with thick brows as I thought I had or did for the longest of time. Like my entire life, I have always rocked extremely thick brows, even before it was trendy, and then when it was trendy, and even now. I guess now everyone's kind of like with the look that suits your face, and I have found for myself that like thick brows are not as flattering as I thought. I don't know if it's just like I'm getting older and it doesn't look as good. Comment down below if that's something that you guys have experienced, because for me, I don't know, it's weird because I really thought for the longest time I was like, I am the type of girl who can like thick brows. Like I naturally have thick brows, so I'm gonna just rock what I got. But I don't know, I just feel like thick brows actually kind of overpower my face. My theory is I think it's because I have a very thick jaw. So thick brows, thick jaw, it's too much masculine. Like I think that for women it should be kind of like a mixture. Like you should have some feminine features and slightly masculine traits are very attractive. The two features are much too masculine, I think, so I have to like either shave my jaw or fix my brows. So I have found that brows, thinner brows are a little bit more flattering, and this is already half my brow size, guys. Like I'm not kidding. I think I might like put down here a screenshot of one of my video like thumbnails when I had like my brows at like a thicker size, so you can kind of see like the difference. Trying to enhance my makeup and looking different, I'm kind of veering away from my warm tone makeups. That's not to say that I'm not going to keep them. I'm definitely still going to keep my warm tone makeup. I'm just gonna make like a little bin and I'm gonna label it warm tone so that it's just like easier to dress my face. When I wear warm tone makeup, I'm gonna wear those, and on the days that I want to feel more cool tone, like when I wear gray and stuff, I'll just do that. I just kind of see it as just like dressing up my neutrals. So I feel like, since I like, and I've mentioned in videos, since warm tones don't like match me very well, but I really do enjoy wearing warm tones, I still will do it. I'm not gonna declutter it. I'm just going to be a bit more like matching with it. So like when I wear warm tone clothes, I'll wear warm tone makeup, and when I have cool tone, I'll just make everything cool toned. So I'm just setting in my brows with the Merit. This is the eyebrow. What do they call it exactly? The volumizing pomade in the color brown. And let me put on some liquid liner so my face doesn't look so bare. And the liquid liner that I'm going to be using is this one that you guys have seen in all of my videos. I'm not very creative with my liquid liners. I've only ever just used Japanese liquid liners. This is my third bottle of Shiseido liquid liner from the series Mist. And before this, I used to buy the Kanebo, which is also, I think, like a sub-branch of another Japanese house. And I don't know, I feel like Japanese do liquid liners really well. I really like a lot of Japanese products. I grew up on Japanese products. My mom really liked Shiseido growing up. So to me, it always just seemed like a natural choice. I also studied Japanese in high school, so I've always been a really big fan of Japanese products. So to me, I just felt like I have a lot of trust in Japanese cosmetics. They're really expensive outside of Japan, and I was so shocked when I went to Japan. When I went to Japan and I went to, like, I think it was like a dollar store. It was kind of like a Daiso sort of. Japanese stuff is like $1, $2 Canadian, and I have been paying my entire life like $20+ for these products. Like, the import cost of Japanese products is absolutely insane. Oh, I copped so many things when I was on my Japan trip because I was like, it's so cheap. Comment down below if you experienced that. I didn't know that the import cost for some of these products is just so... There's a pretty big discrepancy between buying local and buying import. And because of that lesson, I learned to always buy local if I can. I kind of also noticed this when I lived in China. A lot of Western cosmetics that is like really cheap here, like at Shoppers, like $4, like nothing to write home about. When I was in Canada, were considered like luxury imports. Like, I remember this one face wash was like $20-something plus tax, came out to almost $30. Oh, like the what is it, the Bioderma face wash or makeup remover. I think I've mentioned that's considered like a luxury import in China. One, it's so hard to get your hands on, and two, it's so expensive because it's really good. I mean, it's drugstore quality good, but it's not like luxury import good. But when I was in China, I had to pay like so much. I only bought it once, and after that I was like, never again. I'm just gonna stick to buying local. So when I was in China, oh my gosh, talking ruined my eyeliner. It's not too bad. But yeah, when I was in China, I was like, I would just buy local stuff from like the grocery store or like Watson's, which is like a Japanese, sorry, it's like a Hong Kong cosmetic store. So I would just buy whatever I could see there, and I was like, when I'd go back home, I'd stock up. But I stopped buying import stuff, even though like, and it also taught me a thing about letting go of brand loyalty. It made me not as loyal to, sorry, I'm just trying to dry this off, made me not as loyal to brands, because like the same brand, which is the same quality, is more expensive in different places of the world. So it kind of taught me that as long as the product is not mediocre, as long as it's good and the price point is good, I don't need to be brand loyal. So that's another reason why, as you guys have seen in my makeup, I have a lot of drugstore, and I have a lot of like, sorry, I have an even split between luxury and drugstore, because I've just kind of learned through personal experience being brand loyal is like, I have fun for myself. I felt very like I have to pay unnecessary like amount of money just to follow a name when something else does the trick just fine. So I'm just gonna curl my lashes. Yeah, so you guys can see the mirror on the Dior palette is really big, and I love using it for doing my makeup because I can see more of my face. Using some of the other smaller palettes. Before the Dior, I used to use my 1028, which is like twice the size of this. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It was like that red one that I bought in Taiwan, which held like 12 singlets. That was the one that I'd use, but sometimes it even felt a little bit heavy. But the Dior is like the right size, like it just fits so comfortably in your hand. The other one I kind of had to hold like this, but this one is really good for doing your makeup. I love Dior. I got this one as a gift, but it has seriously made me want another one. The one that I've been eyeing is the new dress. And you know what's funny? The reason that I held off buying it originally was because a lot of the tones were very silver and very cool, and all of the reviews that I watched on YouTube were all like blonde ladies reviewing it, and I was like, that's so unfortunate. I don't know how I feel about silver. But knowing now that I am a cool tone, I'm actually pretty excited now, because like that was the thing that was holding me back. So I'm gonna see if I can cop it. There's another one too that I was kind of thinking about. I think it was New Dress, and I don't remember the name now, because New Dress was the one that I was gonna cop. And you know what's funny? The thing about me and makeup is I don't like to be overly indulgent in it. I like to treat it like a treat, so I think I might save it for my birthday. I don't feel like just copying it for like copying it. I like to treat myself to something really special, and I think that a Dior palette will do the trick. I don't wanna waste a purchase just for like willy-nilly. I want to make it special and have it on my birthday. Wow, I've actually gotten a lot better being able to talk on camera while I'm doing my makeup. I remember when I first started doing this was extremely difficult and super awkward. I remember I used to go But now it's just like second nature. Another thing is that like, as I've mentioned before, like I'm really used to doing my makeup a certain way. Like, I mean, yes, I'm doing a little bit more cool tone, but my steps in my routine are like clockwork. I don't even really have to think. I already know what I'm doing. And I'm just gonna put on highlighter, but I'm not gonna be putting on contour. So when I was watching like makeup tutorials for like cool tone skin, they were saying to avoid contour because one of the features of cool tone is the high contrast. Like when you black and white a picture of a cool tone person, they have very pale skin and very dark hair, or vice versa, very blonde hair, very white hair, and very like pale. Like there's a high contrast or lack of contrast, I guess you could say. No, it's not lack of contrast, it's high contrast. So they're saying that the contour is too much. It's too much like contrast. So anyway, I'm gonna be taking Merit. This is Cava in their highlighting balm, and I'm just gonna be putting that here on the tops of my cheekbones. I don't put it lower because that's normally where I would put my contour, and I already have pretty predominant cheekbones. I don't want to overly emphasize that, so there's like that sweet spot between my eye and my cheekbone, and that's just where I put it. I'm also going to do my nose. One of the things though that's kind of annoying in terms of like contour is that my contours, the NARS Laguna one that I have, and also even just the Laura Mercier, they're super brown tone. Like they're really warm. I'm going to show you guys. And it's fine when I had more like warm makeup. Like I have a foundation like this one is more warm, right? So everything when it was like all warm together paired really well. But now if I'm doing cool tone makeup, this looks so bad on me. So I don't know. I definitely am gonna have to cop some sort of brown, cool brown. And there are some that I have my eye on. Cool for School is a popular one. It's a Korean one that does a lot more. They have like a line that's like more ash tone. So I probably will see if I can get a hold of that. This kind of color analysis of like being like a winter or being like an autumn. This is very popular in Korean cosmetics, so I will definitely be able to cop this type of makeup that caters to this ideology in Korean cosmetics. I mean, like I'm sure I can still find it in Western cosmetics. It's less so. Oh, there's actually one Sephora palette that I want to cop, and that is, I'm gonna put it down here. I think it's like the lilac in like the original series. That one looks really pretty, and that is one that I'm gonna cop, and it's pretty funny. It's the only shade left, and I remember wondering at the time, I was like, how come only lilac is left? I guess people don't really like purple, but I think it's because I feel like cool tones are not as common. I mean, like there's a really big gradation of different, like each season has like the 3 shades. You can be like a light, a true, and a deep of that season. Like, so I think being like almost like a deep winter makes me the most extreme end of the color gradation that not many people look good in purple. I mean, like I myself did not think I look good in purple. Like I think purple is a really like freakish looking color for cosmetics, so I can understand why there were so many left over. Even me myself, when I saw that lilac was the only one left, I was like, oh, of course only lilac is left over. Like this is an unflattering palette, because when you open it, everything was cool tone. The purple was cool tone, the brown was like a ash brown gray cool tone, and I was like, this is gonna make me look like a ghost, like so ghastly. But it's funny, if you're ghastly like I am, who's really pale, that is actually a really flattering palette. So I'm really excited to cop it. When I was looking at the Sephora reviews, I saw a lot of people were saying that like it matched their blonde hair, so I was like, oh. So I guess it's kind of interesting that now I'm gonna be following a lot more blonde kind of YouTubers in terms of cosmetics, because if it looks good on somebody who's blonde, it actually looks really good on me as well too, even though I'm like the color opposite. But deep winters, deep black and ash black, and like blonde and like a white blonde are like deep winters. So that's actually really interesting to have learned. Okay, I think like I'm almost done. I'm just gonna do my Aegyo style. For my Aegyo style, I'm gonna be taking also like the shimmer here. The shade that I have left in here, there's really not much left. You guys can kind of see that my palette is like mad wrecked. I don't really have like much left of the shades that I really like. So actually, I'm gonna see if this rose gold in the e.l.f., I'm gonna try the rose gold and see if that looks better. One of the nice things about having a small amount of makeup is you become very intimate with your collection. You become very like, you know exactly how that color, like what the color payout is like on your own face, which is, I think, really nice. I think that is really getting your bang for the buck when it comes to cosmetics. Let's see how this looks. I hope it comes out nice. I actually haven't really had much of a chance to wear this rose gold shade. It's very reminiscent of that copper shade that I decluttered recently. I don't know if you guys remember. So it's kind of like, oh, hello there, old friend. For my Aegyo style, I think I will still use like Laura Mercier in the brown shade to highlight my Aegyo style. I don't naturally have an egg yolk style, but I just feel like in like my own personal taste, because sometimes even if a look doesn't necessarily look that amazing on you, if you like it that way and it makes you feel pretty and it makes you feel good, I think there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, I don't have an egg yolk style, but I think egg yolk styles look very beautiful and very like flattering. So smile, do you see that? Like it's, well, when I smile you can kind of see a little bit of eye fat. I think that, I like to think that egg yolk style looks good on everybody. And myself included in that. And then for my lip color, I'm gonna be going in, and it's actually pretty funny, the shade that I really like, that I always rave about, the Nature Republic, that's like my lip color but better, is a mauve, like a light mauve color. And it's like, oh snap, no wonder. It's a 2-in-1. It's like a lip and cheek. So I'm gonna be putting a little bit on my cheek anyway. It's almost done. Can't refill it because it's a Korea, like it's from Korea, and I don't know how to buy Korean cosmetics. Comment down below if you guys know where I could get some Korean cosmetics, because I don't know where to cop. It's like the lightest of shades. Like there's like nothing left. Like I need to let this go, but I'm like trying to squeeze out. Yeah, this is like my better than color. Like, do you see how pretty and how flattering that is? All of my makeup currently on, like the makeup that I'm wearing today, is purple tone, and I think it looks quite nice. It's a very interesting color combination discovery. I would never have thought to pair my makeup like that. If I would do some warm tone on my eyes, I would sometimes put another lip color on, and this is just like really nice to see. So I didn't add any contour to my nose. I think that the brownness is gonna just murk up my face. Should we risk it? Should we go for it? Okay, let's try. If it doesn't look good, then I've learned my lesson, and I'm not gonna draw feet on the snake, and I won't do it next time. I'm just gonna go extremely light, literally just to contour it. But I'm gonna see if I can cop. This would be so much easier for us still in Taiwan. In Taiwan, it's really easy to buy Korean cosmetics. Buying like Japanese, Korean, Taiwanese is really easy. But now that I'm in Canada, it's like super hard. Okay, I kind of contoured my nose and it looks okay. It was okay. We dodged a bullet. Let me just buff that out.
So, it's not okay.
It's so weird to like not contour my face. I'm so used to like contouring my face. Sorry, I'm like looking at the mirror. I have like the mirror in the back. Actually, this looks really nice. This looks really nice. It makes me look more like fresh and vibrant. Like it just kind of has like a natural glow, even though it's all like cool. Usually warm stuff you think of more like a glowing, but this is kind of like, you know how the way that I think of it is the way the snow is so clear and vibrant when the sun shines on the snow in a winter day. That's how I try to think like my makeup makes me look when I go more cool tone. Oh my gosh, such a long video. Okay, alright, so I'll keep you guys posted when we go to my mom's. Un botón que dice watch history, or like viendo historia, like historia de las cosas que vistes.
Oh,
No, pero es que no fue, pero eso sale cuando uno lo ha buscado. Pero como no fue que lo busqué, sino que él me llegó la notification.
This is how much got cut off. Pretty good. Good trim.
Estoy súper contenta porque me gusta cortarme el pelo en el año nuevo. Ahorita que es enero.
Right now we're at the supermarket and we're getting some food. We're at Walmart. And my mom got me a little beige hat. She got me a beige Aritzia hat for Christmas. So rocking the hat is perfect. It's beige.
Hi.
Hi. Hey there, my handsome and pretty little Cobras. So I'm back home now and I took a shower, and that's why, oh, there we go, it looks so much better in this angle. And this is what my curls look like now that I've like styled it. It's a lot shorter, but the curls are so much better defined, so I feel really happy about that. The reason my hand is sprawled out like a chicken claw is because I just did my nails. I picked up an ash gray, let me show you guys, from Walmart. It's this color, but you know, it's weird. When I brought it home, I kind of looked at the color, I was like, this looks more purpley. Doesn't more look like a purpley gray, so which is fine. It's still cool toned, but I was trying to go for gray. So I don't know if I'll cop another one. This one is, if you're wondering, Against the Gray In, and it's Sally Hansen. I like that it dries fast. I just don't have the patience to wait for these things to dry. So pretty excited that I copped a new bottle. My other nail polish are actually almost done. I've been just going ham at them. I often change my nail polish like every week, and I just rotate through the same like 5. They're just like neutral colors. Like I have a gold, I have a white, I have an off pink white. I think what else do I have? I think I have a gray. I forgot. It's just like neutral shades. So it's kind of nice, like spice it up with a gray. I think, I don't know. What do you think? Looks nice. Gray, kind of pink. Good soup. You always make these faces. Right now we're at LCBO and we're just picking up some alcohol for Chinese New Year. Will and I were already wearing our red pieces. Ding! They don't have soju, so we're probably gonna pick something else up. We're just going around getting all of our preparations ready for New Year's dinner later. Yeet. Right now we're gonna go to TNT to get some red pockets and some other stuff.
I made my choice.
What choice did you make? I knew it. I knew you were gonna do something like that.
It's very nice.
Yeah, like something classic.
Okay, we're gonna let you pick.
Let the viewers pick?
No, you.
Me? Okay. And stop. This one. Let's see. Oh, that is the one that I wanted.
Because of this, did you cheat?
No, I didn't cheat. I really did just pick.
One more time.
It's my women's intuition. No, you can't do that.
Kidding. Alright. Which one you pick? This one?
The cherry blossom one, yeah.
This one, right?
Yeah.
So we'll take that. We'll take these two.
Okay. I'm just waiting for Will. He went to go find his mom, and then we're gonna head out. I'm loving today's makeup. Oh, what happened here? I went for like a more like natural. I'm wearing the lilac color from the Rose Water palette. Where are we now?
Backyard.
Backyard. We're at Coco. We're getting bubble tea for the new year. Do you like our like red matching stuff? Looks really good. Oh yeah. Thank you. Will's treat. We got a large with macchiato, no sugar, roasted milk tea, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's how we like it. Right now we're going to Marshall's. Yeah, we're going to Marshall's to pick up some cups.
Hi, outside.
Yeah. My brows looking so full and thick. I love it. They look so good.
I agree. My brows too.
Yeah, brows for days. My brows are one of my like favorite features. I'm really happy that I have really thick brows.
Tell them.
Just tell them.
Preach.
Preach. Self-love. I found you. Let's see the cups.
How about these?
Oh, those look nice. Wine class.
Can you drink coffee with this?
I mean, I guess you could.
You drink anything with one, right?
Yeah.
How's that party?
Party.
Wow. 哇哦，你用，爱着用，你小心你的头不要撞到。
我好像也有一个这个，对，算一样类似。就去年来的时候，在沃尔玛买，哦，你在沃尔玛买的？你看哦，那还有一个平底锅，我在外市。
准备，就是这样。好，
那我们进来一点。等一下哦，我说3的时候才
先去哈。
干杯！身体健康，万事如意，恭喜大家！
Hey guys, I'm at the temple and we're gonna do like bye-bye, which is like doing like wishes and blessings for the new year. So yeah, it's like super packed because yeah, I live in a really Asian area, so obviously a lot of people are gonna come out. So yeah, let's get to making wishes. Hey you, what do you have in your hands?
Incense.
Incense? Okay, light it up. It's Will's turn. We're at a Kanto restaurant right now, and yeah, and we ordered some. I ordered duck, yeah, because of my gluten intolerance. I normally would order toast and dim sum at Kanto restaurants, like that is like my go-to, but because of my gluten intolerance, I've been kind of eating more rice, so that would be interesting because I like never eat rice, so yay! Oh, I curled my lashes and I didn't even put on mascara. The window